In this video, we are going to know about the entire history of Ukraine. So watch till end, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Ukraine, a country located in Eastern Europe, the second largest on the continent after Russia. The capital is Kiev, located on the Dnieper River in north-central Ukraine. A fully independent Ukraine emerged only late in the 20th century, after long periods of successive domination by Poland, Lithuania, Russia, and the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, USSR. Ukraine had experienced a brief period of independence in 1918-20, but portions of western Ukraine were ruled by Poland, Romania, and Czechoslovakia in the period between the two world wars, and Ukraine thereafter became part of the Soviet Union as the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic, SSR. When the Soviet Union began to unravel in 1990-91, the legislature of the Ukrainian SSR declared sovereignty, July 16, 1990, and then outright independence, August 24, 1991, a move that was confirmed by popular approval in a plebiscite, December 1, 1991. With the dissolution of the USSR in December 1991, Ukraine gained full independence. The country changed its official name to Ukraine, and it helped to found the Commonwealth of Independent States, CIS, an association of countries that were formerly republics of the Soviet Union. Land: Ukraine is bordered by Belarus to the north, Russia to the east, the Sea of Azov and the Black Sea to the south, Moldova and Romania to the southwest, and Hungary, Slovakia, and Poland to the west. In the far southeast, Ukraine is separated from Russia by the Kerch Strait, which connects the Sea of Azov to the Black Sea. Relief: Ukraine occupies the southwestern portion of the Russian Plain, East European Plain. The country consists almost entirely of level plains at an average elevation of 574 feet, 175 meters, above sea level. Mountainous areas such as the Ukrainian Carpathians and Crimean Mountains occur only on the country's borders and account for barely 5% of its area. The Ukrainian landscape nevertheless has some diversity. Its plains are broken by highlands, running in a continuous belt from northwest to southeast, as well as by lowlands. The rolling plain of the Dnieper upland, which lies between the middle reaches of the Dnieper, Dnipro, and southern Ba, Pivdeny Ba, or the Bo, rivers in west-central Ukraine, is the largest highland area. It is dissected by many river valleys, ravines, and gorges, some more than 1,000 feet, 300 meters, deep. On the west the Dnieper upland is abutted by the rugged Volyn-Podilsk upland, which rises to 1,545 feet, 471 meters, at its highest point, Mount Komula. West of the Volyn-Podilsk upland, in extreme western Ukraine, the parallel ranges of the Carpathian Mountains, one of the most picturesque areas in the country, extend for more than 150 miles, 240 kilometers. The mountains range in height from about 2,000 feet, 600 meters, to about 6,500 feet, 2,000 meters, rising to 6,762 feet, 2,061 meters, at Mount Hoverla, the highest point in the country. The northeastern and southeastern portions of Ukraine are occupied by low uplands rarely reaching an elevation of 1,000 feet, 300 meters. Among the country's lowlands are the Pripyat Marshes, Polisia, which line the northern part of Ukraine and are crossed by numerous river valleys. In east-central Ukraine is the Dnieper lowland, which is flat in the west and gently rolling in the east. To the south, another lowland extends along the shores of the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. Its level surface, broken only by low rises and shallow depressions, slopes gradually toward the Black Sea. The shores of the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov are characterized by narrow, sandy spits of land that jut out into the water. One of these, the Arabat Spit, is about 70 miles, 113 kilometers, long but averages less than 5 miles, 8 kilometers, in width. The southern lowland continues in the Crimean Peninsula as the North Crimean lowland. The peninsula, a large protrusion into the Black Sea, is connected to the mainland by the Barakopismus. The Crimean Mountains form the southern coast of the peninsula. Mount Romankosh, at 5,069 feet, 1,545 meters, is the mountain's highest point. Drainage: almost all the major rivers in Ukraine flow northwest to southeast through the plains to empty into the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. The Dnieper River, with its hydroelectric dams, huge reservoirs, and many tributaries, dominates the entire central part of Ukraine. Of the total course of the Dnieper, 609 miles, 980 kilometers, are in Ukraine, making it by far the longest river in the country, of which it drains more than half. Like the Dnieper, The southern Ba, with its major tributary, the Inhu, flows into the Black Sea. To the west and southwest, partly draining Ukrainian territory, the Dnistro, also flows into the Black Sea. Among its numerous tributaries, the largest in Ukraine are the Stry and the Zbruch. The middle course of the Donets River, a tributary of the Don, flows through southeastern Ukraine and is an important source of water for the Donets Basin, Donbas. The Danube River flows along the southwestern frontier of Ukraine. Marshland, covering almost 3% of Ukraine, is found primarily in the northern river valleys and in the lower reaches of the Dnieper, Danube, and other rivers. Soils of Ukraine. From northwest to southeast, the soils of Ukraine may be divided into three major aggregations: a zone of sandy podsilized soils, a central belt consisting of the black, extremely fertile Ukrainian Chernozems, and a zone of chestnut and salinized soils. The podsilized soils occupy about 1/5 of the country's area, mostly in the north and northwest. These soils were formed by the extension of postglacial forests into regions of grassy steppe. Most such soils may be farmed, although they require the addition of nutrients to obtain good harvests. Climate. Ukraine lies in a temperate climatic zone influenced by moderately warm, humid air from the Atlantic Ocean. Winters in the west are considerably milder than those in the east. In summer, on the other hand, the east often experiences higher temperatures than the west. Average annual temperatures range from about 42 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit, 5.5 to 7 degrees Celsius, in the north to about 52 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, 11 to 13 degrees Celsius, in the south. The average temperature in January, the coldest month, is about 26 degrees Fahrenheit, -3 degrees Celsius, in the southwest and about 18 degrees Fahrenheit, -8 degrees Celsius, in the northeast. The average in July, the hottest month, is about 73 degrees Fahrenheit, 23 degrees Celsius, in the southeast and about 64 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius, in the northwest. Plant and animal life. Though much of Ukraine's original plant cover has been cleared for cultivation, three main zones of natural vegetation are still distinguishable. From north to south, they are the Polisia, woodland and marsh, the forest steppe, and the steppe. The Polisia zone lies in the northwest and north. More than 1/3 of its area, about 44,000 square miles, 114,000 square kilometers, is arable land. Nearly 1/4 of it is covered with mixed woodland, including oak, elm, birch, hornbeam, ash, maple, pine, linden, alder, poplar, willow, and beech. About 5% is peat bog, a substantial portion is marshland, and the river valleys are floodplains. The Polisia contains the southernmost portions of the Pripyat Marshes, and Ukraine has undertaken major efforts to drain these swamplands and reclaim the land for agriculture. Now we are going to know about the people of Ukraine. People of Ukraine. Ethnic groups. When Ukraine was a part of the Soviet Union, a policy of Russian in-migration and Ukrainian out-migration was in effect, and ethnic Ukrainians' share of the population in Ukraine declined from 77% in 1959 to 73% in 1991. Languages of Ukraine. The vast majority of people in Ukraine speak Ukrainian, which is written with a form of the Cyrillic alphabet. The language, belonging with Russian and Belarusian to the East Slavic branch of the Slavic language family, is closely related to Russian but also has distinct similarities to the Polish language. Significant numbers of people in the country speak Polish, Yiddish, Rusin, Belarusian, Romanian or Moldovan, Bulgarian, Crimean Turkish, or Hungarian. Russian is the most important minority language. Religion. The predominant religion in Ukraine, practiced by almost half the population, is Eastern Orthodoxy. Economy of Ukraine. Ukraine's modern economy was developed as an integral part of the larger economy of the Soviet Union. While receiving a smaller share, 16% in the 1980s, of the Soviet Union's investment funds and producing a greater proportion of goods with a lower set price, Ukraine was able to produce a larger share of total output in the industrial, 17%, and especially the agricultural, 21%, sectors of the Soviet economy. In effect, a centrally directed transfer of wealth from Ukraine, amounting to 1/5 of its national income, helped to finance economic development in other parts of the Soviet Union, notably Russia and Kazakhstan. So that is all about the Ukraine. Hope you like my work.